Ever wonder what happens when a movie idea just doesn't quite work in the real world? Sometimes the best solution isn't more money or a different actor. It's a complete change of medium. Um, Believe it or not, many of your favorite animated films started life as ambitious live action projects. Um, let's explore the stories behind 14 films that took a surprising detour from reality to animation. Take Shrek, for instance, kind of originally envisioned by Steven Spielberg as a 2D animated film. DreamWorks attempted a live action hybrid with motion capture. Early tests were less than charming. Executives reacted poorly, and the team completely revamped the project into, the stylized computer animation we all know and love. It's a good reminder that sometimes embracing the fantastical is the way to go. Then there's Dinosaur. In the 80s, it was a gritty project for director Paul Verhoeven, planned with stop motion and live action. Budgetary concerns stalled it for years. Disney revived it with CGI, blending digital dinosaurs with real world backgrounds. It's a testament to how technology can breathe life into even the most ambitious visions. Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland also had a surprising start. He initially wanted a live action version with Mary Pickford even filming tests, but a competing live action film discouraged him. And he realized the surreal story needed the freedom of full animation. It's proof that some stories are simply better suited to the world of imagination. The Lord of the Rings faced its own hurdles, and director John Boorman spent years trying to condense the epic trilogy into a single live action film, but the special effects costs were astronomical. Ralph Bakshi ultimately used rotoscoping tracing over live action footage to create a fantastical world on a smaller budget. Even Frozen had a different beginning. Disney and Goldwyn once planned a live action biography of Hans Christian Andersen, with animated segments featuring tales like The Snow Queen. Creative differences killed the project, but decades later, The Snow Queen inspired the sympathetic character of Elsa in the fully animated musical. Beowulf started as a gritty live action thriller, but director Robert Zemeckis felt the mythical scope demanded more. He used performance capture technology, allowing for stylized visuals and impossible camera movements. It's a great example of how technology can enhance storytelling. A middle, and then it would be Steven Spielberg's The Adventures of Tintin. Was a decades-long dream, and he struggled with the technical challenges of adapting the comic series. Ultimately, he partnered with Peter Jackson to use motion capture, preserving the unique caricature style of the original drawings. And Curious George almost became a live action film with a CGI monkey. But executives realized that it would awkward and lose the simple charm of the books. They pivoted to traditional 2D animation, capturing the look of the original illustrations in many. Warner Brothers spent years trying to launch a live action Wonder Woman movie. When those efforts stalled, they turned to animation, finally telling the origin story in a way that honored the character's root. Superman Doomsday also benefited from a change of plans. Tim Burton's live action version never materialized, but the animated film finally depicted the epic battle with Doomsday, incorporating ideas from the abandoned project. Batman Year One faced a similar fate. Darren Aronofsky's gritty vision for a live action reboot was scrapped. But DC Animation later adapted the graphic novel faithfully, bringing Frank Miller's story to life. Rongo took a unique approach. Director Gore Verbinski essentially made a low-budget live-action film as a reference for the animation, giving the final product a distinct cinematic quality. Monster House began as a live-action horror film, but Robert Zemeckis realized practical effects wouldn't work. Animation allowed the house to move naturally, preserving the spooky atmosphere. And finally, Smurfs: The Lost Village marked a complete reboot of the franchise, abandoning the live-action hybrid films in favor of a return to the magical setting of the original comics. So next time you're watching an animated film, remember that its journey to the screen might have been far more complex than you imagined. It just goes to show that sometimes the best way to bring a story to life is to let your imagination run wild. Sometimes they do. After all, who needs reality when you have animation? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,